Mostafa Chamran Savi, Persian. Arabic letter meme, Arabic letter sad, Arabic letter ta, Arabic letter fa, Arabic letter farsi, Arabic letter tch, Arabic letter meme, Arabic letter ra, Arabic letter aleph, Arabic letter noon, Arabic letter sin, Arabic letter aleph, Arabic letter wa, Arabic letter ha, Arabic letter aleph, Arabic letter farsi, the 2nd of October 1932, the 21st of June 1981, Tehran, Iran, was an Iranian physicist, politician, commander and guerrilla fighter who served as the first defense minister of post-revolutionary Iran and a member of parliament, as well as the commander of paramilitary volunteers in Iran-Iraq War, known as Irregular Warfare Headquarters. He was killed during the Iran-Iraq War. In Iran, he is known as a martyr and a symbol of an ideological and revolutionary Muslim who left academic careers and prestigious positions as a scientist and professor in the U.S. University of California, Berkeley, and migrated in order to help the Islamic movements in Palestine, Lebanon, Egypt as a chief revolutionary guerrilla, as well as in the Islamic Revolution of Iran. He helped to found the Umar movement in southern Lebanon. Early life and education. Chamran was born into a religious family on the 2nd of October 1932 in Tehran. Earlier he was educated by Ayatollah Taleghani and Mortaza Motahari. He studied at Alborz High School and then graduated from Tehran University with a bachelor's degree in electrical mechanics. In the late 1950s, he moved to the United States for higher education, obtaining a MS degree from the Texas A&M University. He then went on to obtain his Ph.D. in electrical engineering and plasma physics in 1963 from the University of California, Berkeley. In the book, Self-Construction and Development, he said he was hired as research staff scientist at Bell Laboratories and NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in the 1960s. Career and activities. Chamran was one of the senior members of the freedom movement led by Mehdi Bazargan in the 1960s. He was part of the radical external wing together with Ibrahim Yazdi, Sadegh Fatzadeh and Ali Shariati. Following graduation, Chamran went to Cuba to receive military training. In December 1963, he along with Fatzadeh and Yazdi left the U.S. for Egypt where he was trained in guerrilla warfare. They met the Egyptian authorities to establish an anti-Shah organization in the country, which was later called SAMA, Special Organization for Unity and Action. Chamran was chosen as its military head. Upon his return to the U.S. in 1965, he founded a group, Red Shiism, in San Jose with the aim of training militants. His brother, Mehdi, was also part of the group. In 1968, he founded another group, the Muslim Students Association of America, MSA, and it was led by Ibrahim Yazdi. The group managed to establish branches in the United Kingdom and France. In 1971, Chamran left the U.S. for Lebanon and joined the camps of the Palestine Liberation Organization and the Umar movement. He became a leading and founding member of the Islamic Revolutionary Movement in the Middle East, organizing and training guerrillas and revolutionary forces in Algeria, Egypt, Syria. During the civil war in Lebanon, he actively cooperated with Musa al-Sadr, founder of the Umar movement. Chamran also became an Umar member and right-hand man of Sadr. Chamran along with Sadegh Fatzadeh was part of the faction, called Syrian Mafia, in the court of Khomeini, and there was a feud between his group and the Libya-friendly group, led by Mohammed Montazeri. With the Islamic Revolution taking place in Iran, Chamran returned to Iran. In 1979, he served as Deputy Prime Minister in the cabinet of Mehdi Bazargan. He led the military operations in Kurdistan where Kurds rebelled against the interim government of Iran. He served as Minister of Defense from September 1979 to 1980, being the first civil defense minister of the Islamic Republic. In March 1980, he was elected to the Majlis of Iran, the Iranian parliament, as a representative of Tehran. In May 1980, he was named the Ayatollah's representative to the Supreme Council of National Defense. Personal life. Chamran was married to Tamsin Hyman, an American Muslim, in 1961. They had one daughter Raushan and three sons Ali, Jamal and Rahim. Jamal drowned during childhood and the rest of them live in the U.S. After migrating to Lebanon, due to the difficulties they were facing, Tamsin left Chamran in 1973 and went back to the U.S. She died in 2009. Later on, Chamran was married to a woman from Lebanon, Fadeh Jaber. Death. Chamran led an infantry unit during the Iran-Iraq War and received 2 wounds in his left leg by shrapnel from a mortar shell. However, he refused to leave his unit. He was killed in Delavie on the 21st of June 1981 as the war was raging on. His death was regarded as suspicious and the related details have remained unclear. Chamran was buried in the Behesht-e Zahra cemetery in Tehran. Legacy. Ayatollah Khomeini R.A. publicly proclaimed Chamran as a proud commander of Islam. Chamran was posthumously given a hero status, and many buildings and streets in Iran and Lebanon were named for him, as well as a major expressway. In 2012, Mohsen Alavipour published Chamran's biography. A species of moth were named after him in 2013. Nick Robinson published an English biography of Chamran in the United Kingdom in 2013. 22. Not a New Lifestyle for Those Who Thirst for Humanity. In 2014, a film named Che, Persian, Arabic letter to Ch, was released to honor Chamran. Directed by Ibrahim Hidamikia, the film portrays 2 days of Chamran's life after the Islamic Revolution defending Pave and received lots of attention and won some awards. See also 1979 Kurdish rebellion in Iran. Asghar Fazali list of unsolved murders. References. External links. Media related to Mostafa Chamran at Wikimedia Commons. In Persian official website.